ศูนย์ A very good morning to all of you once again. I hope I'm audible to everybody. Good morning to all the judges who have joined. I request you to switch on your videos and just let me know if I'm audible to everybody. You can just give me a thumbs up and that'll be fine for me to go ahead.
Yes, you are audible.
Thank you, Anisha ma'am.
Yeah.
Himangi ma'am and Seema ma'am, I hope I'm audible. Request Himangi ma'am and Anisha ma'am to, not Anisha, Seema ma'am, to please switch on the cameras for a minute. Can we have an audio and video check of Himangi ma'am and Seema ma'am, please? Seema ma'am,
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Seema ma'am, I can see you and I can hear you also. Thank you. Good morning. And Himangi ma'am?
Morning, ma'am.
Morning. Ma'am, I can see you, Himangi ma'am. Yes, now I can see you. Yes, now I can see you. Thank you so much for connecting. Welcome to all of you. So today I welcome you once again to the final quarter-final match of AVA Ethics Bowl. And we've already done the draw of lots at 8:45 a.m. and team 6 has to present first. I'll just read out their case study, which is advertisement. A giant billboard collapse killed 16 people and injured 75 others on Monday, 13 May 2024 evening in Ghatkopar, Mumbai, due to heavy winds. Campaigner Charlotte Gates says that the outdoor advertisements you see on billboards and bus stops should all be removed. These advertisements are in the public space without any consultation about what is shown on them. She says, moreover, billboards can overwhelm public spaces, detracting from the natural environment and architectural aesthetics. Advertisements can also encourage unnecessary consumption, leading to overconsumption and waste, and cause health and safety issues. Billboards near roads can distract drivers, potentially causing accidents. Even constant exposure to advertisements may impact mental well-being. Advocates propose replacing billboards with community art or informative messages. Few countries and cities have already taken some action. Billboards have been banned or regulated in their use in many countries of the world. In an effort to preserve its natural beauty, New Zealand has banned billboards along its state highways since 1998. Scandinavian countries, Norway and Sweden, have both implemented varying degrees of billboard bans. They prohibit billboards along highways and in residential areas. Finland has banned billboards, especially in urban centers. Even in India, in 2009, Chennai banned the use of billboards, and several US states, including Vermont, Maine, Hawaii, and Alaska, are billboard free. The question that has been posed to Team 6 is, billboards detract from natural aesthetics, destroy trees, and often require cleaning of plant life for installation. To protect the environment and save lives, shouldn't billboards be banned? I hope the case study is clear to you, team. Yes, team 6? Clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So now we will start with your presentation time, which is for 8 minutes, and the time starts now.
Paritaya ya pashyate yada pashyate. One who sees for the benefit of others truly sees. A very good morning to respected our representatives, esteemed judges, moderator ma'am, and my fellow participants. Today's issue is one which strikes the very core of our everyday lives as well as our collective future. Adhering to the Sanskrit saying, all of our decisions should adhere to the greater good of all of mankind. Billboards have been a prominent feature of urban landscapes since the early 19th century and have had an undeniably significant role. They provide vibrancy to cities, economic benefits, and pull public attention in a way most media sources are not able. However, a recent tragedy on the 13th of May 2024 in Mumbai has led us to reconsider this. It has starkly illustrated the darker side of this form of advertisement. I talk, of course, of the billboard collapse, which led to the death of 16 people as well as 75 injuries, casting a solemn light upon the inherited disadvantages of such billboards. As we dive into this ethical discussion, we must realize that it is incredibly important for us to explore and adopt different ways to find alternative methods to billboard advertisements so that the future of humankind does not rely on such dangerous billboards.
Any change, even a change for the better, is always accompanied by drawbacks and discomforts, rightly appointed by Arnold Bennett. Considering this ethical dilemma, it's important to first concentrate and know the criteria for installing a billboard. First is location, its size, and legality. Installation often requires cutting of trees, which leads to environmental degradation. Poor maintenance of billboards leads to collapses, which increases the rate of risk in safety. In 2019, a young woman died in a road accident caused by political banner, highlighting the driver risks and driver distractions being one of the major concerns. Well, the unlicensed hoardings is a primary cause. Following the 2008 Supreme Court directive, thousands of unauthorized hoardings were removed in Chennai, revealing the hidden green landscapes and urban skylines. Politically powerful cartels control the ad rights with even less enforcement of safety laws, and unstaffed municipalities still struggle to manage the billboards, and which leads to even more accidents. Despite the widespread reach, the visual impact and constant exposure which makes them an idle business, it is very crucial to consider the alternatives which will have a less harm to the environment and human lives.
To achieve great things, two things are needed: a plan and not quite enough time. Based on that, let me highlight few means through which advertisers could ensure effective advertising. Firstly, digital and online advertising such as the internet ads and mobile apps, utilizing their social media platforms and placing ads within the popular mobile applications and games to reach out the targeted audience. Secondly, public transport advertising such as the vehicle wraps, wherein the interior and the exterior parts of vehicles such as buses and trams are utilized as they move from cities to cities and could provide informative ideas to the public. Moreover, it needs to be realized that for advertising, companies do not really need to clear public spaces, cut down trees, and build new structures. The already existing structures, tall buildings, and graffitis could be utilized. Finally, few strategies I would like to share to ensure safe advertising while preserving the visual integrity of public spaces are local events, podcasts, and social media sponsors such as collaborations and PRs.
In the ever-evolving landscape of advertising, where attention is the ultimate currency, brands are constantly trying to capture our gaze. And that is precisely where ethics are lost sight of. Integrity, righteousness, and truthfulness gain importance here. Because the unfortunate accident that has occurred in Mumbai has shown us that the use of billboards not only concerns the environment, but human lives as well. Whether it is the use of non-biodegradable materials which contribute to environmental degradation or other safety vulnerabilities, it is absolutely essential for brands to prioritize sustainable advertising practices. But have we not realized it all these years? Was a tragedy needed for us to get that wake-up call? No, absolutely not. The 2018 policy guidelines are in place. The courts from Delhi and Mumbai High Courts have placed several orders. The Center for Climate Change Research has conducted several researches related to this topic. So then, where exactly is the problem? Well, the problem lies in the lack of intent of those who actually matter. Advertisers must navigate the ethical considerations surrounding them to ensure that their campaign is not only visually striking, but also environmentally sustainable and socially responsible. What we must understand is that billboards can only continue to be a valuable component of the advertising landscape if we can manage to strike a balance between ethics and effectiveness, because that's what really matters, a balance.
In essence, balancing corporate advertisement with public and environmental integrity is quite a hard balance to achieve. However, using simple, thoughtful, and most of all, ethical solutions, we can address this problem simply. As suggested by my teammates, using various methods to fix these problems without harming a company's bottom line is incredibly important. But let's not forget what's at stake here, really. Human lives, as well as the environment, is more important than a company's bottom line. In a nutshell, human lives and the environment fix the world. A company's bottom line just makes the rich richer. Thank you.
You have finished it well in time. Thank you for your presentation, Team 6. Now, Team 3, you get 3 minutes to confer. So your time for conferring starts now. Team 3, your conferring time is over. So now you have to give your commentary on the case presented by Team 6. Do we start? So, okay, 3, 2, 1, go. You all are on mute, beta. You need to unmute yourself, Team 3. Team 3, please unmute yourself. Okay, wait. Ma'am, how are you done? So we'll start again. Check your mics and all. Okay.
Are we audible?
Now you're audible. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Thank you, team, for your insightful presentation. Our thoughts on the case study are outdoor advertising can overwhelm urban areas, leading to issues with the aesthetic value of that place, safety, and public well being. We can take the notable example of Sao Paulo, Brazil, which has to suffer from visual pollution just because of the extensive oversized billboards that were being set up in the whole city. Therefore, the city had to take the implementation of the clean city laws in 2007 so that this problem can be solved. This helped the city to solve the problem, and it also helped the city to restore the visual integrity and restore the quality of life. One more example that can be taken is Grenoble in 2015 became the first European city to completely ban commercial street advertising, replacing billboards with community notice boards and trees. As you have mentioned in your presentation, that cutting down trees is a problem. So they used trees for public expression and community engagement. While we do see these aspects, and you have told that the amount of impact billboards have on human life is humongous, but we also have to keep in mind the latest thing that happened in our life, which was the crash of Microsoft. So we saw that there were a lot of systems that were lagging behind because of that, and the notice was being spread out to people through these billboards only. Now, my friend would like to add.
In India, many cities like Mumbai, Kolkata, and Chennai suffer with extensive billboard market. They pose a safety risk by distracting drivers and are prone to fall down and crash. While regulatory measures have been established very well, they face enforcement challenges. As seen in Chennai, which was also mentioned by you, where the unauthorized hoardings were removed after a Supreme Court order, consistency still remains a key issue.
These associate problems often highlight the need for better regulations. Alternatives like digital and online marketing, traditional media, and community arts are emerging. We strongly believe that prioritizing community arts can enable cities to flourish their values and ideas and cherish their identities while balancing the economic and aesthetic needs.
विज्ञापनस्य माया मनःकर्षित आकर्षित। आज के इस औद्योगिकी युग में विज्ञापनों का अपना महत्व है, फिर चाहे वह एक व्यापारी के नजरिए से हो या आम जनता के दृष्टिकोण से। यह एक ऐसा अस्त्र है जिसका प्रयोग एक व्यापारी अपने उत्पादित वस्तुओं को बेचने के लिए करता है। सड़कों पर लगे ये बिलबोर्ड क्रेता को उचित वस्तु खरीदने की क्षमता तो प्रदान करते हैं, परंतु कभी-कभी यह ग्राहकों की जेब पर भी असर डालते हैं और कुछ क्रेताओं को अपनी इच्छाओं को कुचलना पड़ता है। साथ ही यह पर्यावरण का हनन करते हैं और राह चलते राहगीरों का ध्यान भी भंग करते हैं, जो कहीं ना कहीं बड़ी दुर्घटनाओं का कारण बनता है।
Having talked about the negative consequences, we can't ignore the fact that billboards serve as valuable platforms for advertising, public information, dissemination, and economic stimulation. However, their impact on urban aesthetics, public safety, and environment is a growing concern. So, Team 6, our question to you is, how can we optimize the positive contributions of billboards while effectively mitigating their negative consequences and not eliminating them entirely? I hope our question is clear. Thank you.
Thank you for your commentary, Team 3. Now, Team 6, you have to prepare for your rebuttal. For that, you get 3 minutes to confer, and your time starts now. Can I request the teacher or mentor from Team 3 to please share the question on the chat box?
Ma'am, we can repeat it if needed.
It needs to be put up in the chat box for everybody's reference. Beta.
Okay, ma'am.
Team 6, now you've got to present your rebuttal. I hope you're ready. Please, yes, you've unmuted yourself now. Kindly start. You will get 5 minutes for this.
Thank you for your apt observation and question, Team 3. While it is important to note that billboards as a whole contribute to the global economy in terms of their marketing industry with nearly $30 billion in revenue every year, the market for social media advertising is far larger, standing at nearly $500 billion, to be exact, 484 billion. Another thing to note here is that most billboard accidents are caused first due to vandalism, where people vandalize these billboards due to some personal agendas of their own. Secondly, due to high winds because of poor weather conditions. And lastly, because of high rains as well as structural issues. The specific collapse of the Mumbai billboard was due to the BMC, which was a statutory civic body, which, by the way, is the richest civic body in the country, not performing their checks and maintenance on the 1,025 billboards in Mumbai correctly or aptly enough, for which they were investigated.
To add more to my teammates' answer, I would like to mention about ethics of advertisement. What is ethics of advertisement? Ethics of advertisement should mentions that it increases the marketing. At the same time, it should not compromise the human life cases like Mumbai and Chennai. Ethics of advertisement states that it should be true, must not be illegal, no advertisement shall be permitted that derisks any race, caste, nationality, or religion, etc. Several legislations are responsible for controlling misleading advertisements. I would like to state two of them. First is Press Council Act of 1978 and the second is Consumer Protection Act 1986 and advertising. Now my teammate will add further.
As mentioned in my presentation, we can have posters on tall buildings and use graphics, as many seen in Ayodhya. Moreover, street furniture, partnership with charities, and newspapers and magazines could be used as they are biodegradable and eco-friendly and could go hand in hand with the environment.
To reinstate my team's point, I would like to mention some statistics. Physical forms of advertisements, which includes billboards, in metropolitan cities cost somewhere around 70 to 80,000 rupees. Whereas digital forms of marketing, which include social media as well, generally cost between 20,000 to 40,000 rupees, which completely re-establishes the debate between the price of both these particular forms of advertisements. I would also like to talk about the owner of the billboard that fell in Mumbai. His name is Bhavesh Bhinde, and he is already going through 23 criminal cases, which also raises the issue of the legality of these billboards. To come to a conclusion, I definitely agree with you that there should be a balance, as has been stated in our presentation. It is extremely commodious that we do not propose to completely ban billboards. What should be done is regulate their usage, because that is the appropriate ethical approach towards it, and that is how we should take it in hands as well. Thank you.
Thank you for your rebuttal, Team 6. Now we move on to the judges round, and I request Anisha ma'am to pose her first question.
Okay, good morning. All of you very well researched and explained point. So my question would be, who should be held responsible for the accidents which takes place due to these billboards in public places, and why? And what regulatory measures can be put in place to balance the interest of advertisers, public, and city planners when there is a lot of political influences also involved? Did you get my question, or should I repeat it?
We got it.
All right.
Team 6, are you clear with the question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so your time starts now.
Thank you, ma'am, for your apt observations as well as your profound question. The blame for these billboard accidents cannot be pinned down on any one single person or entity. Even in the case of the most prolific case of this decade of a billboard accident, which we have mentioned, which was in Mumbai, the reasons were many. You could blame the weather, you could blame the civic body, you could blame the owner, you could blame the materials. But putting the system in place which could have these boards more proficient, use better materials, more eco-friendly materials, and more importantly, stronger materials which would not cause these accidents. Lives are incredibly important. And if they are lost due to structural issues in advertisement, hoardings, and boards, that is even more unfortunate. For the integrity of the lives of the people lost, it is incredibly important for more stringent measures in civic bodies and government associations to be put in place.
One of the reasons of such cases can be unlicensed hoardings. Especially as I mentioned in my presentation, the Supreme Court in 2008, it mentioned Chennai that Chennai should remove all the unauthorized hoardings, especially which are unauthorized and illegal. Now the second reason can be maintenance issues, of course, and the irregulation of such billboards. But ma'am, we need to balance this situation and we need to explore alternatives. First is advertisement through transportations. Like I have seen many transportations vehicles like buses or trucks which display an advertisement to which people look and then understand it. Second can be furniture transportations. And to add further, campaigns can be initiated and introduced so that people can get access to such advertisements rather than using billboards.
The irony of this situation is that just days after the accident that has occurred in Mumbai, another billboard fell in the same state in Pune. How devastating is that? It really raises the issue of why it is happening all over the country. Fortunately, no deaths were occurred in that accident. But in our presentation, we have talked about truthfulness and transparency. It is extremely important that between the consumer and the customer, there is a certain amount of trust. And to maintain standards, there is the Advertising Standard Council of India, which maintains these standards and ensures their legality. So, as we have stated in our prior answer as well, it is important to maintain a balance, regulate the usage, and most importantly, take an ethical approach towards it. We hope our response was to your satisfaction now.
Yes, and there's I just want to ask one more thing. What do you think should be the public opinion? Like, do you think there should be more public involvement about such decisions?
Because the public is the body which is most exposed to these ads and are actually the target audience for these ads. They should have a say in what quantity of billboards there are placed in the cities. For example, in Mumbai, the density of billboards is incredibly high. Even if a few percent of them have structural issues, that could lead to deaths and injuries of thousands, if not tens of thousands. Therefore, for the safety of the public as well as their mental peace of mind, billboards should be regulated, or as well as with regard to what exactly is being displayed on those billboards. Acceptable ads by the Advertisement Council of India should be placed. However, vulgar ads or any sort of things like that should be banned.
All right, all right. Thank you for your answers. Very well explained. All the best.
Thank you, Anisha ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
I request Seema ma'am to pose the second question, please.
Okay, students, my question to you is that according to you, what would be the alternative that the brands and other companies who are putting up the billboards, and what are the other alternatives to billboards that they can adopt?
Are you ready with the answer? Should we start?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, start the time. Okay, your time starts now.
Thank you, ma'am, for your well-posed question. Alternatives to billboards nowadays are many and many. The biggest one definitely is social media marketing. Most companies, whether they be small cap or the biggest in the business, adopt social media advertisements, whether that be influencer marketing or ads on websites like Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Along with that, we have suggested many other forms of advertisement which do not per se hinder the user or the public in a significant manner. On their devices, where people are most likely to purchase items after seeing ads, companies target those very people to get better value for money. And in that way, social media marketing, digital billboards, as well as many other forms of flex banners are an excellent source of advertisement other than billboards.
To add more to my teammates' points, I would like to mention a few more alternatives to it, to billboards. First can be, as I stated earlier also, advertisement through transportations. And second, street furniture transportations. And definitely social media plays here a very crucial role in advertising. Moreover, newspaper magazines can be produced and published by which people will be able to know, and it will be more accessible even in the rural areas. Thirdly, partner with charities and community arts and notices plays a crucial role as a substitute for the billboards.
I would like to give some statistics now. You will actually be surprised to know that the revenue generated all over the world by social media advertisements is $484 billion as compared to the $30 billion generated by physical forms of advertisement, which includes billboards. So yes, social media advertisements are definitely at play here. I would also like to give a personal example. The place where I'm currently staying has approximately 8,000 inhabitants. If a billboard is placed here, it will only cater to approximately that number of people. But if that same business uses social media as an advertising committee, then they will definitely be able to cater to millions of people and expand their vast business. So we need to maintain a moral boundary to ensure righteousness and truthfulness. Thank you, ma'am.
Seema ma'am, I hope they have successfully answered your question. Seema ma'am, we are waiting for your nod.
Yes, ma'am. I'm there. Sorry, there was a network glitch. Students, you have answered it really well. Thank you so much for your answers.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
With this, we come to the end of the first round. We will take a bio break for 2 minutes. It's 9:50. 2 minutes or 5 minutes? You want to come back after 5 minutes? Okay, we rejoin after 5 minutes, and then the next team is going to present their case. Okay. Thank you, children. Welcome back. I can see team 6, but team 3. Okay, team 3 is also here. Now, team 3, it is time for you to present. But before that, I will just read out your case study. Now, your case study goes by ethical considerations in food industry marketing, McDonald's Happy Meal targeting children. The background is McDonald's, one of the world's largest fast food chains, is known for its iconic Happy Meal offering, which includes a combination of a burger or chicken nuggets, fries, a drink, and a toy. While popular among children, the marketing tactics employed by McDonald's to promote Happy Meals raises ethical concerns regarding children's health and consumer behavior. The scenario presented is McDonald's aggressively markets its Happy Meals to children through various channels, including television commercials, online advertisements, and in-store promotions. The colorful packaging, engaging advertisements featuring popular cartoon characters and toy incentives create a strong appeal to children, often leading them to request Happy Meals from their parents. Critics argue that McDonald's marketing practices exploit children's vulnerability and contribute to childhood obesity and poor dietary habits. By associating their brand with fun and happiness, McDonald's creates a powerful emotional connection with children, encouraging them to consume unhealthy food products high in calories, fat, and sodium. McDonald's counters these criticisms by highlighting the efforts to offer healthier options in Happy Meals, such as apple slices and milk. They argue that parents ultimately have the responsibility to make informed choices about the children's diet and that Happy Meals provides a convenient and affordable option for families. The ethical question posed to you is, are McDonald's marketing tactics for Happy Meals ethical, considering the impact on children's health and consumer behavior, particularly when targeting vulnerable populations such as children? Do you think fast food companies like McDonald's be held accountable for the potential negative consequences of their marketing strategies? The case is clear to you, the case study, all of you? Yes. So now your time to present starts now. 3, 2, 1, go.
नमस्कार। टीम 3 के माध्यम से हम सभी का अभिनंदन करते हैं तथा अपने विचार प्रस्तुत करते हैं। यथा अन्नम तथा मन्नम तथा मंत्रो दया तथा यज्ञ सदो यस्तु सजीवति न संशय। अर्थात जैसा अन्न होता है वैसा ही मन होता है। आय अर्जन की उपभोक्तावादी संस्कृति, माता पिता की व्यस्तता के मध्य विकास की इस दौड़ में हमारी जीवन पद्धति ऐसी हो गई है कि हमें घर के खाने के बजाय बाहर का खाना ज्यादा आकर्षित करने लगा है। घर के सात्विक स्वास्थ्यवर्धक भोजन के बजाय हमें बाहर का मसालेदार, चटपटा और कुपोषित भोजन ज्यादा पसंद आने लगा है। ऐसा मानो कि दादी नानी के हाथ का स्वाद तो कहीं विलुप्त सा हो गया है। माता पिता का यह उत्तरदायित्व है कि वह अपने बच्चों में ऐसी आदतों का पोषण करे जिसमें वह अपने स्वास्थ्य के प्रति जागरूक हो और उनके मन में घर के बने खाने के प्रति श्रद्धा और आदर का भाव हो। आज मैकडॉनल्ड्स, किंडर जॉय और बर्गर किंग जैसी न जाने कितनी कंपनियां बच्चों को उपहारों की प्रलोभन में उलझाकर उनके स्वाद के लज्जतों से दिग्भ्रमित कर रही हैं। जैसा कि चाणक्य ने कहा है, यथा सर्वथा वर्जयेत्। किसी भी चीज की अति हानिकारक ही होती है।
Now, moving on to the first question, we as a team believe that McDonald's Happy Meal raises serious ethical concerns. While the company offers healthier options, but still their core marketing strategy is framed around captivating children through toys and cartoon characters. These manipulative approach can override children's nutritional needs and destroy their body image. This problem extends beyond McDonald's. Companies like Patanjali and Nestle have misled their consumers through making false health claims. NCPCR's intervention against Bonvita has underscored the systemic exploitation of children as marketing targets. These instances illuminate the broader pattern of corporates' irresponsibility, wherein profit maximization has eclipsed the ethical obligations. Children, as vulnerable consumers, are particularly sophisticated to these unethical practices.
Coming to the second aspect of the question, children are like wet cement, as the adage goes, susceptible towards external influence. This vulnerability is particularly pronounced when it comes to making dietary choices, and corporations like McDonald's exploit this vulnerability by employing strategies that blur the lines between advertising and entertainment. This manipulative approach not only shapes their preferences but also calls upon a public health crisis characterized by obesity, diabetes, and heart diseases. This issue, my friends, extends way beyond a single corporation. It is about a plethora of such food chains ranging from Pizza Hut and Subway to Dairy Queen, to Dairy Queen to Dairy Queen and Pizza Hut. This this is a reminiscence of the Nestle formula controversy, where such aggressive marketing led to adverse health consequences in several developing nations. This baby killer accusation undermines the ethical implications of corporations for placing or prioritizing profit over consumer health. We must acknowledge the fact that while these corporations bear significant amount of responsibilities, we can't forget that parents and caregivers play a pivotal role in shaping their children's habits. Thus, this combating this issue requires a comprehensive approach with united efforts from all the stakeholders, ranging from the parents, companies, and caregivers to protect the children from the detrimental impact of negative food marketing.
A choice, they say, it lies with you to pick a meal that is healthy too. But the tiny hands reach for the treat. With every ad, they can't compete. Is it fair to place the load on those too young to understand the code? We as a team believe that the companies, being the key contributors to the economy and the society, have a responsibility to act in an ethical manner, keeping into considerations their responsibilities on the health of the communities they affect. As mentioned by World Health Organization, restricting the power of food marketing to persuade can also prove to be harmful. It includes such as techniques which can pose an impact on the minds of children, such as using songs for advertising or just providing toys with the products that are being sold. These capture and manipulate the minds of young children. We feel that it is important to incorporate all the stakeholders in order to bring a positive change by enforcing laws that are refined and that establish a proper framework. While doing this, we can also help in achieving the Sustainable Development Goal 3, which talks about good health and well being of the humanity. In India, the Food Safety and Standard Act of 2006 specially establishes this framework that regulates the food manufacturing companies, and it also provides guidelines for the public safety and the health of the general mass. A compassionate business recognizes that success is not measured solely by financial gains, but by the impact they leave on the world. By weaving the threads of social responsibility, we these into their fabric of operations, these companies can ensure a sustainable planet and leave a long lasting legacy of hope, compassion, and a beautiful planet for the future generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Team T, for Team 3 for your presentation. Now, can you all hear me? Yes. Team 6, it is your conferring time. You will get 3 minutes to confer. Okay? Your time starts now. So, ready for your commentary? Team 6?
Yes,
You're good to go. So, let's start now. Your time starts now.
thank you for your fabulously well-articulated presentation, Team 3. We as a team wholeheartedly agree with your points that children, especially at a young age, should not be overtly exposed to such food products which contain extensive amounts of sodium, empty calories, sugar, and unnecessary fats. This has also resulted in morbid obesity in many millions of people around the globe. In the US, there's a stat that 32% of people there are overweight ahead of the global average. Predatory marketing tactics are also a concern. However, it is also important to note that McDonald's as a corporation holds the Ronald McDonald Housing Charity and supports nearly 2.6 million people in their quest for finding homes on a short-term basis. They donate $100 million every half a decade. Another important thing to consider is that 1 in 8 undergrads have worked at McDonald's at some point. Thus, in a way, McDonald's also supports the education of these people by granting them livelihood.
McDonald's blends sustainability and social impact in its operations. It almost relies entirely on single-use packaging and products, but 82.7% of their packaging materials and 96.8% of their primary fiber packaging comes from recycled or certified sources. It has awarded more than $33 million scholarships and helping over 17,000 students. It has also generated 1.2 million people employment. So, balancing eco-friendly practices along with the marketing tactics, it would be not wrong to say that McDonald's leads in corporate responsibility.
Let us not focus on one individual marketing strategy followed by McDonald's, as there are several other marketing strategies which needs to be considered. McDonald's is by far the only franchise in fast food industry who has targeted consumers using all their marketing tactics such as cultural, subcultural, social, essential, economical, and also international techniques.
Please allow us to add another point to your already amazing presentation. There is a study known as color theory, which suggests that the combination of the colors red and yellow, which are used in the Happy Meal packaging, actually contribute to increasing appetite of children below 10 years of age. Now, me and my team would like to pose a question. Taking into consideration all the points stated by my teammates regarding scholarships, employment opportunities, and charitable contributions made by McDonald's, don't you think that if Happy Meals are altered or regulated, it would not only lead to a decline in the overall revenue of the company, but also a decline in these acts of benevolence, since Happy Meals generate more than $3 billion worth of revenue every year? Thank you.
Team 3, I hope you've understood the question.
Ma'am, could Team 6 repeat the question?
Please repeat the question, Team 6. And I request the mentor teacher to please put it up in the chat box as well.
Taking into consideration all the points stated by my teammates regarding scholarships, employment opportunities, and charitable contributions made by McDonald's, don't you think that if Happy Meals are altered or regulated, it would not only lead to a decline in their overall revenue, but also a decline in these acts of goodwill? Because Happy Meals generate more than $3 billion worth of revenue every single year. Thank you.
Have you got the question?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Team 6, for your commentary. Your now 3 minutes of conference starts. Okay. Team 3, are you prepared for your rebuttal?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Okay.
may we start?
Please start.
Thank you for your commendable commentary, Team 6. You've talked about all the charity work that McDonald's have done. But I must tell you, what we talk about today is the fact that Happy Meals have a detrimental impact on children's health. While environment and economy are certainly important, we can't forget that health is wealth. Other than that, coming to the donations they have made, well, every corporate has the social responsibility to make donations, give charity. But what about the fact that they are compromising with their consumers' well being because of profit? And while you state the stats about how they have created a social impact and economic impact on the entire world, we also have examples of how this junk food consumption causes problems like obesity, heart diseases, diabetes, and many more diseases in students for a very long term. And when they use such kind of strategies to connect with people, they make a brand affiliation from a customer which goes on for a very long time. And because of that, fast food could also become an addiction. So just because they have done an ounce of good work, can we really ignore the detrimental impact that is happening amongst everyone?
As stated in the concept of yin and yang, every positive side has its own negative side and vice versa. We cannot overlook the negative consequences just because McDonald's performed charity. Diving deep into this dilemma, let us look at the example of an 8-year-old boy living in Texas. John Litter, an 8-year-old boy, was suffering from obesity just because he used to eat regularly at McDonald's. This case came into highlights in 2015, thus alarming the growing craze of fast food among the children. McDonald's no doubtly performed charity, but we cannot overlook what they have done to the youth of the country. Many of the youth and children are suffering from obesity and other dietary problems just because these fast food chains promote manipulative marketing, which uh, which convince them that they are healthy, although they are not at all. Now, my friend will throw some light on the topic.
And while we talk about Happy Meals, we also say that it's not important that you completely ban Happy Meal. It is important that we consider a balanced approach for children and other people, so that we also focus on their health and well-being.
Thank you so much, team, for your beautiful question. Our opinions on the situation that you have put up, that they provide the students with employment and scholarships, then this concept is basically a part of moral balancing. And while we talk about moral balancing, let us take a hypothetical situation wherein McDonald's meals are not that. For example, right now, McDonald's meals contain calories 475 calories. And can we really compensate, which is not a growing child needs so much more green vegetables, a glass of milk in order to be a healthy adult? So, that all being kept in mind, we cannot just say that if a person has murdered someone and giving some money to another person, then they are balancing this out. This approach is not acceptable. As John F. Kennedy has said, children are the world's most valuable resources, and it is the best hope for a brighter future. Keeping in mind, we cannot play with the health of these young children. It is important to keep in mind that these children must be provided with their nutritional requirements. Moreover, one more point that comes to our mind is that when we talk about these calories, then it is important to note down that it is not only restricted. We can also make sure that we are not totally asking them to stop their Happy Meals. They can look for some healthier options instead.
समापन में मैं कहना चाहूंगी कि स्वाद और लज्जत की खोज में अक्सर बच्चे बाहर के खाने के प्रति प्रलोभित हो ही जाते हैं, पर जैसा कि मैंने पहले भी कहा था, यथा सर्वथा वर्जयेत। किसी भी चीज की अति हानिकारक होती है। इन खानों
Are you done with your rebuttal?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So with this, we come to the end of the rebuttal by team 3, and we have reached the judges round session. I request Himangi ma'am to pose her question, please.
Hi, good morning, all. I was listening to the debate and dialogues from both the teams, and obviously, you people are doing a very good job. I would like to, put a point here that the girl from, our, I think, speaker from Team 3 Central Command said that if somebody is murdered, the compensation won't work. But in this case, there is nobody getting murdered. Idea is I can't go and tell somebody that murder me. We are talking about adolescents and youth. I would like to know that if these food advertisements are making you feel emotional or inclinated towards a food kind. What is the role of healthy eating habits and a balanced lifestyle in a person's life to combat such carrying away emotional visuals? Also, to combat such kind of deviations, what is the role of the parents who are going to pay for those happy meals? And what is the role of the youth who knows that this is going to be a long-term health issue? So I think in this case, a very prominent aspect is missing, that it all depends upon the consumer behavior. So if a consumer is having a responsible behavior, the marketing team of the product sellers can definitely look to another side. So I would like the team to address this. Am I clear with my question?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, may we start?
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank you for your insightful question, ma'am. Talking about the responsibility of healthy food habits, I would like to add that obesity and health problems do not only happen because of fast food consumption, but also an inactive lifestyle and sleep deprivation. Many more factors are responsible for it. Other than that, talking about the parents' responsibilities, they do share a very big responsibility, because at the end of the day, the world is a realm of endless opinions, and we consume what we are more connected to. There are also people who follow very healthy lifestyles, who sleep on time, who have a consistent 8 hours sleep routine, and then also work out very regularly to keep themselves healthy. But there are also people who succumb to food addictions. At this point, we must take individual steps that help us combat our health issues, and make sure that we are regularly checked up for medicals, and also and also follow a very active lifestyle.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your question. And as you have mentioned that what is the role of consumer awareness, then indeed, consumer awareness is a very important block that connects the whole story together. If the consumer is aware and they are making the choices which are good for themselves, for their own benefits, and which also provide them with what they actually need, then it is absolutely fine. What we are supporting here is that we need to have a balanced diet, and access of anything is poisonous, as even Gautam Buddha has said. Adding one more point is that when we talk about uh, consumers and their choices that they make, as my friend has already highlighted, that it is important to make aware choices. It is also important when we are talking about minors, and their decisions are mostly guided by parents. So parents need to make sure that they are able to provide what best suits their child. And it is indeed a very common saying that we are what we eat. And that is absolutely true. The consumers need to make informed choices. They need to have checkups, and they need to know what is the requirement of their body.
We, the children, are the upcoming future. We are fortunate to tell you that people are now becoming health conscious, and they are going for healthy options. For an example, A month ago, a drive was started by a youth influencer called Food Farmer, which started a campaign, Label Padhega India, in which he urged everyone to read the label of the packaged food that were being served to him. And the result of that, we have seen that the companies, or especially the fast food chains, have started to use healthier alternatives rather than the unhealthy things that were given to us. Talking about parents, parents often feel guilty about their child consumption of fast food, and they do feel responsible for it. But a single stakeholder cannot be blamed for the entire problem. Now my friend will elaborate it further.
I'm talking more about making informed choices. Then we see that there is a lot that is being done. Now people are especially very informed about what choices they are supposed to make. For example, we say day being celebrated. We see Fit India movement. We see that there are a lot of cloud kitchens and cafes that provide fast food which is healthy, not junk food, but fast food which is healthy. We have a lot of options like roasted makhanas, eating dry fruits. So these all are a part of consumer awareness. And however, it is also true that one day a month people do, however, want to go back to McDonald's and grab a quick bite, which is true because at the end, balance is the key.
समापन में हम कहना चाहेंगे, एक गरम तवे का प्रयोग रोटी बनाने के लिए भी किया जा सकता है और किसी का हाथ जलाने के लिए भी। यह हम पर निर्भर करता है कि हम उसका प्रयोग कैसे करते हैं। बच्चे अपने माता-पिता का ही अनुकरण करते हैं। कब खाना है, क्या खाना है, कितना खाना है। बाल्यावस्था से लेकर किशोरावस्था तक यही समय बच्चों की संस्कारों की नींव होती है और यह माता-पिता का उत्तरदायित्व है। धन्यवाद।
Thank you for your answer, Team 3. Ma'am, I hope you're satisfied with the answer.
Yeah, to an extent, yes. So the conclusion is going towards the other side of the stakeholders now. The parents are going to be responsible for providing the pocket money. तो controlled pocket money दी जाएगी फिर next parties के लिए, right? चलिए, good enough. Still, there are certain aspects which need to be taken in consideration. But yes, you have rightly answered to a great extent. Thank you so much for this answer.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your question. Can I request Anisha ma'am to pose a question, please?
Okay. So team, since we are already discussing about the behavior of parents, right? Now we are talking about how to inculcate. हम कैसे उस चीज को बहुत ही शुरू से बच्चों में inculcate कर सकते हैं. So my question would be, what practical strategies can parents adopt to make traditional Indian meal more appealing to children when they are exposed to aggressive marketing strategy of these fast food chain companies? Is it clear? The question is clear, team? All right.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your question. And it is, you have asked such a beautiful question. This is indeed a problem that a lot of new mothers also face. That although I don't know, but I have heard that a lot of mothers say that the child is not eating healthy, or we especially see things like Kinder Joys or McDonald's Happy Meals that come with a small toy, and the child just wants to go to buy those things. So when we talk about that, we need to make sure that just providing a child with a plate of pulse and rice, it will never attract the child. We have to make sure that there is more to the plate. We see that on YouTube or Instagram, there are so many mothers that are not only mothers, also fathers who are packing lunches for their kids, who are trying such innovative ideas like making small flowers with cucumbers, cutting out things and using beautiful toothpicks. These are such small things, but they bring such a big impact. And it is also true that children, when they carry such lunches to their school, that child's lunch is the lunch that the whole class wants to eat because it is so attractive. We also see that small chains such as Mr. DIY and others, they also have beautiful accessories that can be added to lunch boxes of a child, such as I've already mentioned, beautiful toothpicks that have googly eyes, umbrellas, and all of those. Moreover, there can also be homemade recipes that can be made fun. For example, just giving dry fruits to the child might not be that attractive, but just dipping them simply in white chocolate or dark chocolate makes it so much fun for the child to eat. Moreover, we also see that there are very basic recipes such as makhanas, which parents at our house, they consume it when they are on fast. But those makhanas, when they are roasted in ghee and a little bit of spices are added to them, it is something that I think my whole team, while we were practicing, that we loved to snack on. So these are the small things that make food so much more attractive and fulfilling.
Adding on to the idea of innovative meals, because there are days when we don't feel very creative about things, there should be an important decision taken by the parents to inculcate discipline in the child's life. Discipline and a schedule that a person follows. Because at the end of the day, when after teenage years the child is left to make his own decisions about right and wrong, it is important that the child realizes the pros and cons and weighs each and every aspect of decision he or she makes, whether it is about food or whether it is about something vital such as career. Other than that, schools also inculcate these habits in students by various activities, one of them being ethics bowl itself, where we are discussing about the nutritional value and the advertisements. There should be media literacy so that students are not inclined towards such ads and they succumb to what is right and what is wrong rather than being attracted towards colors. Other than that, there are a lot of ways that that schools have inculcated such values, one of them being CBSE's infrastructure of only selling healthy food to students in school canteens, also poster making competitions on nutrition, salad making competitions. Such things make students creative as well as aware about their food habits.
As my friend spoke about school, we cannot deny this fact that teachers are our second parent who guide us through the life morals. It's also their role to guide us what to eat and how much to eat. Last year, we have seen that the government came into play in which they promoted millets internationally, and 6th March was observed as International Millets Day. Millets can be a great alternative for other grains such as wheat and flour.
समापन में हम यह कहना चाहेंगे कि जब भी माता पिता बच्चे के सामने खाना रखें तो भावनात्मक रूप से उसे यह एहसास दिलाना चाहिए कि कितने ही ऐसे बच्चे हैं दुनिया में जिन्हें यह भोजन भी नसीब नहीं होता। इस बात को बच्चों में डाला जाना चाहिए कि रोटी बनाना मुश्किल है, पर उससे कहीं ज्यादा मुश्किल रोटी कमाना है। धन्यवाद।
All right. Beautifully concluded. And I truly believe कि अगर हम ये संस्कार छोटे बच्चों में, खास करके जब बच्चे स्कूल जाना शुरू करते हैं, उस वक्त अगर हम ये इनकलकेट, उन्हें फूड की वैल्यू समझा पाए कि फूड हमारे लिए क्या है ना। अन्न को हमने भगवान का दर्जा दिया है। हम कभी भी इंडियन ट्रेडिशन के हिसाब से हम कभी भी थाली नीचे नहीं रखते हैं, हम खुद नीचे बैठते हैं और थाली ऊपर रहती है हमसे, राइट। तो ये चीज इनकलकेट करना, ये यूथ जो आपकी जनरेशन है अगर इस चीज को समझती है और इस चीज को आगे लेके जाती है टू पास इट ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट जनरेशन, this is going to be fantastic and we can really start with something wherein we can we just look into in our own system कि हम क्या थे, अभी हम कहाँ पहुंच गए हैं और हम यहाँ से अगर शुरू करेंगे तो फिर कहाँ वापस पहुंच सकते हैं, right? Thank you so much team and all the best, all the best.
Rightly said, Anisha ma'am. Small changes can bring about monumental, evolve. We can evolve monumentally, rightly
Very
said.
true, very true.
Thank you, teams. Thank you, everyone. We will reconvene at 10:45 a.m. for the declaration of result. and for informing you about the next semi-final matches. I hope that's clear to everybody. 10:45 we reconvene again. Thank you, children.
Thank you, ma'am.
We'll be back with the results soon. In the interim period, Anisha ma'am, would you like to address the students? I request all the teams to switch on their cameras. Anisha ma'am, I request you to address the students.
So for me, this is a great experience and thank you for having me here. This competition was truly a thought-provoking event for me. This competition it has actually demonstrated a lot of intellectual prowess and the students. I would love to congratulate each one of you, all the team members, all the students, those participants, the mentors, and the coordinators who all are the part of this event. Here I would like to add that the kind of commitment and understanding all of you have shown is commendable. This is really commendable. And for me, this is a great experience, a lot of learning. I have also learned many things being a judge here. And the way all of you are putting in your effort, the kind of commitment and understanding about the topics and discussing such complex ethical issues in a manner is really commendable. Moreover, here I would like to add one more thing, the critical thinking part, because you have well researched all the topics and now being a part of this team, I also understood a lot of points from a different point of view as a student, as a youth, from a youth point of view. This is a great learning for me as well. So the kind of meaningful dialogues with more contentious issues and the way you have presented with a lot of grace, integrity, and respect, showing respect to each other. I'm really glad that I'm part of this event. Again, congratulations to all of you. And students, remember one thing, the kind of skill you have honed here is going to serve you throughout your life, in your career, and it's going to help you to improve your, critical thinking, the way you have presented yourself today. So congratulations again, and all the best to all the team. May the best one wins. Thank you.
Thank you, Anisha ma'am. Thank you for your insights. I request Hemangi ma'am to please speak to the students, motivate them.
Hello, good morning to all of you. It was immensely a pleasure this year to see such a beautiful, dynamic, young kids, or rather young generation getting prepared for their world outside, as it's the essence of the ethic goals, which I have loved about, that, okay, in a crucial situation, as very well, mentioned by Anisha ji, that yes, in the crucial day-to-day situations, how to handle particular situation with the utmost integrity, grit, and consideration. This is the foundation for the information age, which we were discussing yesterday also, that the more the foundation is strong, the better the building would be. So it is genuinely a bliss to see you all getting prepared, setting yourselves, setting your milestones, and congratulations to all the educators, the stakeholders, of course, Honorable Awa, for conducting this since years. I'm sure from a very long time, this is a practice in APS. And to all who have participated with the dynamic topics, you have genuinely justified each aspect beautifully. I wish you all the best. It was really a pleasure. It has always been It's the third time I am witnessing, and I'm really honored and blessed to see this transformational journey people go through in the particular span of this Ethic Bowl period, because a lot of presentation, a lot of preparation, a lot of food for your thoughts come to you, and then you beautifully present that on a platter. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful to you being a part of the education sector. It is really a bliss to see the children, the young, dynamic souls working, getting nurtured this way. Thank you so much for helping us to be more connected to what we are doing. Thank you so much, and wish you all the best.
Now I request our principal, ma'am, Mrs. Meetu Rathore, to please declare the results.
Good morning, everyone. I'm sure you all are waiting for the results. So I'm just going to announce the name of the 4 teams which are qualified for the semi-finals, and in a random order. So the 4 teams which have qualified for the semi-finals are Northern Command, Southern Command, Western Command, and Southwestern Command. I'll repeat. The 4 teams which have qualified for the semi-finals are Northern Command, Southern Command, Western Command, and Southwestern Command. So heartiest congratulations to all the winners. And we would like to inform that the semi-finals have been preponed to 2nd of August. So congratulations to all the teams. Now I'll request Mrs. Monish Sidana, Chairperson, School Central Ava, to please give a vote of thanks and congratulate all the winners.
First of all, I want to thank all the judges for taking out your precious time from your busy schedule. And I want to congratulate all the winners. But children, remember, you all are winner. You all are representing your commands. You all are winner. It's just backlog that some wins and some loses. But for us, you all are winner. Thank you so much, and thanks to all.
There will be draw of lots for semi-final matches. We'll inform you the dates. Thank you, everyone.
I hope you all heard that the semi-final has got postponed to the 2nd of August. Preponed to the 2nd of August. I hope that's clear to everybody. Please give me a thumbs up on the chat box.
Yes,
all the commands.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. So now, thank you, judges. Thank you, everyone, for being with us. We will meet again. The participating teams will meet again on the 2nd of August. All the details will be shared with you very soon. Thank you, children.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.